Alright, so let's talk about some of the things in Japan that honestly shocked me at first. Not in a bad way, just the stuff that made me stop and go, wait, what? And the funny thing is, the longer you live here, the more these things start to feel totally normal. But when you first see them, they really stand out. Some are kind of beautiful, some are just really different from what I was used to. So here is a bunch of things that are totally normal in Japan, but pretty shocking when you first experience them. Okay, let's start with one of the big ones, public bathing. I still remember my first onsen experience. I was staying in a small town and the place I booked didn't have a shower in the room. It had a shared bath instead. So I asked the staff and they just smiled and pointed me toward the onsen. I walked in and yeah, there is this moment where you realize everyone's naked. No swimsuit, no towel wrapped around your waist. Nothing. You just wash up really thoroughly at the tiny stools with the showers, and then you get in the hot bath with the strangers like it's the most normal thing in the world. The first time, I was so nervous. I didn't know where to look, how long to stay, or if I was doing it right. But people there didn't care at all. They were just relaxing. After a few minutes, even I started to relax. The water is amazing, and the whole atmosphere is just peaceful and quiet. And now, it's one of my favorite parts of being in Japan. It's not even about getting clean, it's about slowing down, letting the day go. And it's totally normal here, even though I never dream of doing something like that back home. Now, speaking of things that feel totally normal here, but a bit surprising when you think about it. Japan loves cats, like really loves cats, and I'm not just talking about people owning them as a pets. There is a whole culture built around cats. You see cats cafes everywhere, of course, but there are also neighborhoods known for their stray cat populations. Some people even take their lunch breaks just to go say hi to the local cats. One time in Yanaka, I saw a group of people gathered around a wall. I thought something had happened, but nope, it was just a cat sleeping in a sunny spot. People were smiling, taking pictures, no bothering the cats at all, just quietly appreciating it. There's something that about the way cats are treated here that feels very different. Like they are these mysterious, elegant, tiny beings that everyone respects. Even on TV, there are cat travel shows where a cat hosts the episodes and walks around different part of Japan. And I have seen people stop in the middle of a busy street just to wave at a cat in a window. It's a small, but it says a lot about how people here pay attention to quite gentle things. One of the first things you notice walking around Tokyo or even smaller cities, it's how quiet it is. Not because there aren't people, but because there is this unspoken rule about not being loud in public. Even on the major areas like Shibuya or Shinjuku, tons of people, cars, the lights flashing everywhere, but no shouting, no loud phone calls, no music blasting, just soft sound of footsteps and maybe some announcements from a store. Even at night, the streets stay pretty calm. You might hear laughter coming from an izakaya or the low sound of a train passing, but it's never chaotic. And it's not just Tokyo. Even in crowded stations during rush hour, people are just quiet. Everyone is kind of in their own little world, respecting their space around them. Sometimes I'd walk for 30 minutes through the city and barely hear anyone talk. At first it felt a bit strange, like something was missing, but now I kind of appreciate it. I don't know how else to say this, but Japanese people are really good at lining up for everything. Trains, escalators, restaurants, bathrooms, you name it. And they do it patiently. No one's sighing loudly, trying to cut or complaining that it's taking too long. There is this one ramen shop in Tokyo that I really wanted to try. I got there and saw this massive line around the block. I figured people would be annoyed or chatting loudly while they waited. But nope, everyone was just quietly scrolling on their phones or standing there like it was no big deal. Even during the train rush hour, people line up perfectly on the platform. They wait until everyone gets off before boarding. It's not forced, it's just how things are. One time I saw a line outside a bakery before it even opened. It wasn't for some special event, it was just a regular morning. People showed up early, stood quietly, and waited for the door to open. That's how much people respect order here. There is this feeling in Japan like there's a whole rulebook floating in the air. Things no one say out loud, but everyone follows. For example, in elevators, people keep quiet, and whoever is closest to the buttons naturally takes charge of them. On escalators, everyone stands on one side, leaving the other side clear for people in a hurry. There is no sign saying to do this, but people just know. At convenience stores, if someone is counting coins at the register, no one behind them gets annoyed. There is this sense of patience and awareness of how your action affect the people around you. Even in restaurants, like if you're at a quiet sushi place, you naturally lower your voice. No one tells you to do it, you just feel it. It's honestly impressive how smooth things run here without people needing to be reminded always. I still remember my first train ride in Japan. I was on the Yamanote line, packed in with a bunch of commuters. It was completely silent. No one was on the phone, no one talking loudly to their friends, just the hem of the train, maybe a few people tapping quietly on the screens. At first, I thought something was wrong, like maybe I got on the wrong car or something. Same thing in elevators. You step in, it's like this small box of silence. Even if people know each other, they don't really talk. It's a shared quiet moment. At cafes, it depends on the place, but many are super calm. Some even have a small sign that say no talking zones. I've been to places where everyone's sipping coffee and typing and you could hear a pin drop. After a while, that kind of quiet becomes something you look forward to. It gives your brain a break. One thing I noticed, Japanese couples are usually super reserved in public. No holding hands, no hugging, no long goodbye kisses at the train station or anywhere else. A lot of time, they walk next to each other like co-workers, not like people who are dating. I remember seeing a couple sitting at a cafe and both on their phones, barely talking. At first, I thought maybe they were in a fight, but then they stood up, smiled politely at each other and left together. Totally fine, just not the kind of public affection I was used to seeing. It's not that people don't love each other here, it's just that private stuff stays private. This one really surprised me. Seeing people sleep during meetings or on their desks and no one says anything about it. In some places, it's even seen as a sign that you are working hard. In Emory, that's what they call it. It literally means sleeping while present. You technically there, but your eyes are closed and you're kind of slammed over your keyboard. Back home, that would probably get you in trouble, but here, it's often seen as a sign of dedication. I once saw someone dozing off during a team meeting, hair tilted back, totally out, and the manager just kept talking like it was normal. No one laughed and no one pointed it out. I have even seen people sleep while standing on the train. That's a skill right there. The first time I saw a group of 6-year-olds walking down the street in a full school uniforms, tiny backpacks, bright yellow hats, I was shocked. No adults, no parents trailing behind them. Some even take trains by themselves at 6. Can you imagine that? And the amazing part, it works. It's not chaotic, it's not dangerous, it's just how things are here. There is a lot of trust in the system. The community kind of keeps an eye out for them. It's not perfect, of course, but it's impressive. And it says a lot about how Japan teaches independence from a really young age. And this still blows my mind. People here leave their bags, phones, even wallets on a table to save their spot. And they come back 10 minutes later, it's still there, untouched. One time, I was in a Starbucks in Osaka and I saw someone leave a MacBook, a phone, and a drink on the table while they went outside to take a call. I kept glancing over like, is anyone going to mess with that? No, people came in, saw the stuff, and walked right past. At a train stations, people put their bags down on the bench to go buy a drink. At a convenience store, someone would leave their phone or the counter while grabbing something from another aisle. It's not that there is zero crime, but the level of trust in public is on a whole another level. So yeah, these things might seem shocking at first, but after living in Japan for a while, they start to feel normal. Not because you forget where you came from, but because Japan has its own rhythm, a way of doing things that's quite respectful and kind of deeply thoughtful. And the more time you spend here, the more these shocking things turn into everyday things. You start to notice the small details, the quiet rules people follow, and slowly it all just becomes part of your day. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching and for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on another one soon. Thank you.